I don't know if you saw this coming, but I certainly didn't. Square Enix is bringing us Harvestella. That's right. The creators of Final Fantasy are actually bringing us a farming simulation game. And I'm really hecking excited because it looks very, very similar to Rune Factory 5. And Rune Factory 5 did not end up being that great of a game. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you saw my video when I was so excited and it was coming out, but it wasn't. It was a good game. I enjoyed it, but it was not worth $60 and I got so mad at the Switch controls. Harvestella, on the other hand, is coming from Square Enix, a company that obviously has experience in combat games, so I'm really interested to see what their take on a farming simulator is going to be. Today we're going to take a look at the Harvestella trailer, as well as details about the game from Square Enix themselves and the systems in place for the game. Let me know if you're going to grab this game in November or what you're thinking in the comments below. Alright, Harvestella, let's go! This is the Nintendo Switch trailer, but it's coming out on PC. I wonder how it's going to do with the Switch controller, because I was really struggling with Rune Factory 5, and it was because of the game. It wasn't the controller. Crystals. This is really pretty. The textures are nice. Yeah, even, okay, you can already see that people are very much different style, but also very much Square Enix style. Oh my god, this is literally, this looks like we just copy pasted Lightning into Rune Factory 5, the bedroom. I love it. I love it. One of my biggest issues, or not even issues, but one of the things I didn't love the most in Rune Factory was the style of the characters. They just look very young, but this could be really interesting. Okay. Okay, this seems like regular farming so far. We're hoeing the land. Well, I don't know what she's watering with. Like a stick, a flag? Okay, and we're harvesting crops and we're not holding them over our head and stacking them super cartoon-like. I think the biggest thing for me with Rune Factory 5 was I actually really liked the idea of harvesting crops and having them over my head, throwing them around, having all the cartoon aspects, or even literally growing crops on top of a dragon. But the controls were so wonky for me that it kind of killed all of the fun in the cartoon aspect. So Harvestella coming from Square Enix, I'm really excited to see that the controls will hopefully be better, and maybe the graphics are going to be better, and also the style will be a little bit more mature. I don't know. We're going to see. Oh, okay. Crafting. We can make food. I don't know what these menus are up here. I wonder, it's like different kinds of recipes. Can we learn them in different locations or different types of recipes in general? Let's vegetable salad. Let's breakfast. Let's ratatouille. Ratatouille. Love that movie. Lantern, pumpkin, gratin. These sound really fancy. We're making a vegetable muffin. Okay, these do not look like just crop ingredients either. Wonder how in-depth the food system is. That looks delicious. A dessert based on vegetable jam, apparently invented as a way to get children to eat vegetables. I need that. Someone make that for me. Okay, we have an overlord. So we're actually overland. We're gonna be able to actually walk around getting to the main areas. I wonder if they're gonna have side quest areas or if it's just kind of to main things. Really pretty though. Crawler, chloro gel, weak, resist. So there's gonna be type advantages. There's a little dungeon map. On the bottom right, these look like skill and abilities. So we have like a sword / a sword gun thing. My head's covering it a little. But our name is 𝐒𝐻𝐼n and we have different health bars, okay? I think most of us are really excited to see a farming sim from Square Enix because we think of them as not novices in terms of combat. So how is a company who does well in combat going to tackle the farming simulation part instead of a farming game trying to implement combat when maybe that's a little bit harder direction to go? I feel like farming is more forgiving because you can just kind of have a more basic system, but if your combat feels bad, oh, it's gonna be a rough time. Oh, it's pretty. Boss battle. Oh, so cute. I want a pet. Okay, we're seeing different neighboring towns and villages. We're gonna be able to socialize. It's a Shrika. Look at this art. The headshot art. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's adorable. It's a different style. There's nothing wrong with different styles, but this one is obviously breathtaking. I'm very excited. Were all those crops growing in the water? Wait, what? Aw. Watermelons don't grow in water like that, do they? Is that a talking horse? Oh, she's pretty. Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, funny chimkins. Quietus. Okay. So Quietus is the 5th season in Harvestella, from what I've been learning. There are 4 seasons, gonna pause there. I'm assuming spring, summer, fall, winter. And Quietus is the season of death that actually occurs in between each one. This is going to push our plot forward because we need to figure out, I don't know, how to stop all the bad stuff happening during Quietus, or maybe stop Quietus overall. The seasons are very pretty. I didn't see much in that comment. Okay, we have Arya. Arya's pretty. We have mass harvesting. So we can at least have one other person in our party, looks like. Ooh, pretty. Very pretty settings. That didn't even look like anything in a farming game. That looks like it's from Nier. Maybe not as detailed, but that just looked like a clip from Nier. Or just an RPG. Beautiful. Harvestella. All right, coming out November 4th. All right, that was the trailer for Harvestella. Let's take a look at what Square Enix has to tell us about the game. This is literally on their website, squareenixgames.com. What is Harvestella? We take a closer look at the game. This new game lets you live the virtual existence that you want to through the ever-changing seasons of vibrant fantasy world. We're really excited about this one, can't wait to tell you more about it. So here we go. It's a life simulation RPG. You can enjoy daily life, socializing, and adventuring. You could spend a relaxing day farming, fishing, or raising livestock. Head to town to chat up the locals. Arya is very pretty. Or step bravely into a dungeon to take on some monsters. The choice is yours. So this seems very Rune Factory so far. Wondering why they're leaning so heavily into life simulation RPG. I kind of expected something about combat to be mentioned right here. Time will constantly pass. You're free to spend it as you please, but every 30 days the seasons change. Oh, so beautiful. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. One more season is Quietus. Occurs as the seasons shift. Crops wither. Deadly dust prevents people from walking around outside. Deadly dust. It doesn't sound like asthma. It sounds like poisonous air. Kind of related to modern times, so we'll move on. This is where the article starts to get much deeper than what we're seeing in clips so far. The story. You are on a planet with 4 giant crystals known as the Sea's Light. They start behaving abnormally one day when Quietus begins to visit between seasons. It is the season of death. During one particular Quietus, your character collapses in an isolated village. You meet a girl called Arya who claims to come from the future and is researching the mysteries of this new unwelcome season. You take your first step on a journey together to reveal the very truth. Arya sounds like she is very much a set character. She will always be with you no matter what you pick, but when you start the game, you'll be able to be either a male or female protagonist. I think I saw these pictures first on Twitter, and like many of you, I was actually unsure which was which. They left the male looking very feminine, and I mean, I personally think gender is silly. But it's cool that at least they didn't go super stereotypical, like macho muscle man and then pretty girl. They both look really gorgeous. You are a traveler. You could choose your gender or appearance at the start of the game. You are saved by the village doctor after collapsing during Quietus, who has lived near the village ever since. Is that a little fairy? Is a little fairy the village doctor? That'd be really cool. Arya, scientist. The girl who has traveled to the past due to some kind of accident. I wonder if that's a spoiler. I guess it's not a spoiler, but she really is a time traveler. She lives in your home and searches for a way to return for her time and delves into the mysteries of Quietus. And there's still so much left to do. Very gorgeous. I think this is about as much as most people know about the game so far, but they actually have given us some bios for other characters. Also, Argus Brigade. There's a brigade, some sort of military faction. Lives in a town near the spring Sea's Light. He grew up in the town orphanage and now is part of the Argus Brigade. He is straightforward and honest, and people place their trust in him. This is automatically making me assume that we can have more people in our party. He looks small. I decided to look after her until her memory returns and she knows where she's meant to go back to. He looks short. He looks young. Shrika. This looks like this person that we saw in the trailer. Missionary. Shrika is a missionary of the Sea's Light Order. As the name implies, they worship the Sea's Light. She fights with blades of light that fly through the air and travels from place to place, resolving various incidents. I thought she was an ice queen, but blades of light. That's pretty cool. This does look like that one part in Last Airbender though, you know, where Katara and Zuko were stuck in the cave. Okay. Anyway, now we're at farming. Okay, we're already at farming. They only introduced 2 other characters. There's gotta be more than 2 other characters. Wonder how far along this game is. It's also Square Enix. I feel like with games from companies as big as Square Enix, they really don't have a reason to show us as many cards as smaller game studios, because people are going to buy the game no matter what just for the name behind it. So they don't actually need to entice us as much. But still, I'm kind of surprised they have a character section and only 2 additional ones. Farming, plant your crops, tend to them, and then be ready to harvest. This looks very standard. You can put them in the shipping box to get money, or you can cook with them, and then they move on from farming. Okay, I don't even know if that was worth having there. Cooking and crafting. This looks gorgeous. Look at this kitchen. The food you cook can give lots of benefits, restoring HP, and grant you status boosts, and they look delicious. That absolutely looks fantastic. Holy crap, I need that in my tummy an hour ago. The hearty dish is a Leth specialty. Thick hamburger steak, fried egg with a rich creamy yolk. Oh my god, I need it. You can craft items like a return bell to instantly return home. They really went all out on these graphics. Like, have you seen a farming game with this much beautiful detail before? Socializing. Oh, okay, so they're bringing back relationships. I thought they were done a bit ago. Live your best life on your own, but everyone benefits from a few friends. You can earn rewards by clearing quests, including money and items. They have small children here. Rewards being gorilla. I think that's money. And then seeds. Become closer to the residents of the town. Cress, I was seriously worried about you when I saw you collapse that time. Okay, so there are definitely more characters. Wonder why they introduced us to those 3 then. Maybe they're romanceable? 2 femme characters and 1 mask character is not a lot for dating opportunities when it comes to most farming sims, but I mean, if they're gonna crush the combat as much as I think they're going to, that might not be a problem, question mark? 3 is still small. Closeness with Cress, okay. So I'm wondering if there's romance. Overworld. In the overworld, you will find towns and dungeons vibrantly depict the 4 seasons. Meet new characters in towns and fearsome enemies in dungeons. That doesn't answer my question about side areas, but it does sound like a lot. You can also get a submarine and explore some parts of the ocean. What secrets lie within the waters? That sounds really fun. But they've only given us 1 screenshot for the submarine, and it looks like it's a boat that's gonna bring me to an island. Do they actually mean I can go somewhere underwater? That's what I want to know. Combat and jobs. It looks so good. It just looks so good. Oh, the monsters look good. Joint attacks with your party and switch instantly between a variety of different jobs. Hit an enemy's weakness to do massive damage. Okay, so there will be different jobs available. They each have a unique weapon and characteristic skills. The fighter is a physical attacker with swift sword techniques. Multiple enemies at once by using both single target and ranged attack skills. So we probably start as a fighter. Shadow Walker. Mortal damage with twin blades. Enhance your own attacks and deal impressive damage with hard-hitting skills. Sounds fun. And then Mage is at a distance. Multiple elements, skillfully targeting and a weakness. These are 3 of the jobs you'll be able to use, but of course there are a lot more. We don't want to ruin all the surprises, so you'll see when the game comes out. Okay, I'm actually really happy they said that about the jobs, because I was going to assume there were only 3. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on the idea that they only introduced 3 NPCs and then that random townsperson. Harvestella is going to release for Switch and Steam on November 4th, 2022. Currently, you can also pre-purchase Harvestella. It is $59.99, which is very reminiscent of Rune Factory 5, which I think was definitely not worth $60. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Are you going to be pre-purchasing Harvestella? A few people have been mentioning that there is nothing really offered for a pre-purchase of Harvestella. There's no such thing as a discount. There's no like, oh, unlock this thing if you pre-order. I don't even see like a launch like bundle or promo merch thing going on. But like we talked about before, this is literally Square Enix. What do they have to do to get you to buy this game? Obviously, they want to do some marketing because they want to reach even more people that might not be more Final Fantasy people or more fighty people. They want to reach people who play Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley or Rune Factory and Stardew games who don't usually play their games. On the other hand, they kind of know that they already have an overlap and they have people who love their brand so much they're just gonna buy anyway. So do they have to offer a discount? They kind of really don't need to. I wonder if they're even gonna have one at launch. They probably won't. One other thing I noticed on their Steam page is, look, their Steam announcement, which most developers use to promote their game and give new tidbits or new info, is literally a copy paste description of what the game is. And I think it's a copy paste of just this from the Steam page too. And I'm not saying that you need to put all your effort into a Steam announcement to be successful. I'm saying they kind of know they don't have to. So yeah, what do you think of Harvestella? Are you going to be pre-ordering it? Are you going to pick it up in November? Or are you not quite sure yet? I feel like I might have, no, I wouldn't have pre-ordered it, but I would have been definitely set to play if I hadn't just gotten a little burned by Rune Factory 5. I was really looking forward to Rune Factory 5. I was playing it on my Twitch stream. Come follow me on Twitch, by the way. We do a lot of fun stuff in the Midway, and I stream a heck ton over there. I was just fighting the Rune Factory controls so badly on the Switch, and then I kept running into bugs with my party members too. It just became very unfun. Harvestella, I think I will be waiting until closer to launch to make a decision, but let's be real, I'll probably end up purchasing it and giving it a try for at least an hour before really sitting down and thinking, was this worth my time? Or is this another 60 bucks wasted? Let me know below what you think of Harvestella, and if you enjoyed hanging out with me in this video, checking out new games. It's a lot of work to edit fully in-depth YouTube videos, but I think if we do more casual hangouts like this, it could be super fun too. I'll see you on Twitch for more real-time hangouts as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye!